I'm conscious, and so are you. But after I drink this Australian Shiraz, which is bold and spicy, and all the way from southern eastern Australia from 2019, I am maybe slightly less conscious than I am now. But this is going to be a bit of a long video, so if you haven't got time, I suggest you pause the video and watch it later. If you don't like long videos, go and watch some of my shorter ones, like the Secret Christmas Tree. You'll probably enjoy that. But anyway, this is probably it's a talk about consciousness. So what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling, feel my fingers rubbing against each other, and what I'm tasting, smelling. Also, I have got some mature cheddar, smooth and creamy. My tongue is tasting the cheddar, but what knows I'm tasting the cheddar? Is it my brain? Now the apple complements the cheddar quite well. The Jazz apple. But I'm thinking about what to say next. But what's witnessing the thinking? I've got an itch just there on my neck. I'm going to scratch it. Feels better. But what's witnessing the feeling of better? Is it my brain? The thoughts in my brain? Is a thought witnessing other thoughts? Is that what consciousness is? So, when you're having a thought, what's witnessing the thought? When you concentrate on something, like out the window I can see now, the wind blowing the trees. What's witnessing me seeing that? It's me, obviously, but what's me? Consciousness. Every sip of wine I take, is my consciousness getting dulled, or is it getting sharper? Is it kind of does it peak up then trough straight down if I have 5 bottles? It probably does. One second, I'll be back. This is my peace lily. My peace lily looks pretty healthy to me. When it's got brown little tips on it. It probably needs like refeeding, special feed or something. But it tells me, it's obviously a living thing. But it tells me when it's thirsty that the leaves go down towards the floor. It's struggling to like stay alive. So you can see it's physically struggling. So you give it water and it's good to go for another 2 or 3 weeks. And in the summer, it lasts 1 to 2 or 3 weeks. In the winter, I can water it once, and it could last for 1 to 1.5 months. Also, when I pick it up and put it back down after I've watered it, over the space of about a day, the leaves will rotate to face towards the sunlight. So is that consciousness, or is every living thing that can react to its situation conscious? So a farmer's field full of sunflowers, when they're making the sunflower oil, when the sun rises in the east, in unison, all of the sunflower heads face towards the sun, and throughout the day, as the sun goes from east to west, before it sets in the west, sunflower heads rotate to face the sun. So is that some sort of consciousness? Now let me put this back, and I'll come and tell you some more interesting facts. We've got another prop. This is a bottle opener with a "See No Evil" monkey on it. So I think it represents when you're opening a bottle, you're thinking, but alcohol's bad for me, so I'll just pretend I don't see it while I'm opening it. Maybe that's what that means, I don't know. But anyway. Now, I didn't ask to be born just like you. It was kind of like a postcode lottery when I was born. I could have been born in North Korea, I could have been born in Syria, but instead, I was born here in the UK. So I find myself I feel very grateful for that, because, 2 seconds. If I was to live in Syria, for example, and I didn't support them, I would probably be tortured and killed. My skin could be peeled off. My family could have been killed in front of me. My kids could have been raped, boy or girl. So I feel very fortunate to live in the UK. If I was to live in North Korea, I have no choice but to support the supreme leader, and if I didn't, I would probably be tortured and killed, or if I left, I'd be considered a defector, and if I ever came back, I'd probably be tortured and killed, and finally, the family I left behind, they're already dead. So I do feel lucky for where I live. I can be gay, straight, lesbian. Well, I probably couldn't be lesbian because I'm not a woman, but you know what I mean. Bisexual. And it wasn't the case in the past, but it's certainly the case now. We live in a free, liberal society, so I'm very, very happy about that. But going back to consciousness. Now, the space inside this house where I live now, is it any different from the space you are now? Because if you knock down the walls of your house, and I knock down the walls of this house, it will be the same space. Think about that. There's only one space. So could it be the same for consciousness? We don't realise that the consciousness we have, it could be a universal consciousness in our bodies. So it's just, at the moment it's trapped inside of a balloon, and it doesn't realise that it's all connected. So imagine a bubble. You blow a soap bubble. You used to be a kid in the bath. That's full of air. That air belongs to that soap bubble, but once the soap bubble pops, suddenly it's all the same thing. So when we talk about universal consciousness, what we're actually talking about is 2 seconds. So, could the whole universe be conscious? That's a question. Is it a conscious organism? Now, I think, what the hell are you talking about, Jim? It's space, just planets and stuff floating around getting affected by gravity. What are you actually on drugs, Jim? But no, I'm not on drugs, apart from wine. Think about it. Inside my body and your body right now, in your digestive tract, there are thousands and thousands of bacteria. It's called the gut flora. Google it, it's a thing. They live inside of us. I'm not debating whether they're conscious or not, but they do stuff to help us or harm us, and it's a balance. Everywhere, it's like a soup of a chemical soup where we live on Earth. Excuse me. But for them, if they are conscious at some sort of very small level, do they know that they're inhabiting a body that's also conscious on a larger level? And the same could be said about us. We're on a planet, floating through space, bound by gravity to the planet, and the planet is bound by gravity to the sun, and the sun is bound by gravity to the galaxy, and the galaxy is bound by gravity to the supermassive black hole that's in the centre of the galaxy, and the supermassive black hole is bound by gravity to the ultramassive black hole in the centre of what all the galaxies spin around on, called the galaxy supercluster, and it all grows and grows and grows and grows. So, and not just humans, butterflies, caterpillars, cats, dogs, bats, worms, spiders, reptiles, lizards, jellyfish, starfish, eagles, robin redbreasts, anything that's living. Maybe all of that is just a consciousness. All the consciousness is there, trapped inside that physical form. And when they die, it just goes back to the universal consciousness. When something gets born, a segment of that consciousness, like a torch getting shined, is part of that body. Very interesting, isn't it? To think about. And here's an experiment you can do along with me. Put your hands together. If you've seen Karate Kid, Dance-san! Do this. And Gurn in here. I'm a bit of a Gurner. Let's stop. Close your eyes. Put your hand close to your head, in between your eyes, just so it's almost touching. Close your eyes. Now, you can feel the sensation of the heat from your hands on your forehead. That's just another way to increase your consciousness, just by noticing something different. Now, I'll tell you another one that's really interesting. When you're breathing now, just breathe through your nose. Did you know when you breathe, your breath goes in cycles through each nostril? So now, if you can notice it, it goes either from the left nostril, is a dominant nostril, or the right nostril. At the moment, mine's in the slightly more towards the left, it feels like. But what happens during the day, these things rotate. It's like a cycle. Everything's a cycle. It's just an interesting thing to observe by itself. Nostril breathing cycles. So, and if you Google it as well, nostril breathing cycles, it's something to do with yoga. And I'm not an expert on anything in life at all, by the way. But basically, I've listened to a lot of podcasts and I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. That is literally my life education now. I don't need courses or universities. I just need YouTube and podcasts. But yeah, that is called the nostril breathing cycle. So yeah, ask yourself, I'm thinking the thoughts, but what knows that I'm thinking them? What sees the thoughts? Is it just another thought? Is it just another part of the brain? Is it just, shut up, Jim, it's just me, it's just me. Why are you going so deep, Jim? Is it time to go deep? Well, yeah, actually it is. We're in an apocalypse, bloody lockdown, pandemic of 19. And this gives us many, many times to think. By the way, that wine is amazing. Now, what I want to know about this wine, I do go off on tangents, so just listen, just enjoy, just relax and listen. Shiraz, Australian Shiraz, bold and spicy, southeastern Australia. I was thinking today, Shiraz and Australian Shiraz in particular, or South African, or Californian are my favourite types of red wine, but they're all really far away. Now, French wine, which is probably the closest large wine place towards near me, because I'm in the UK, so like France is probably hop, skip, and jump over the Eurotunnel. But problem is, I don't like French wine. I don't know what it is. I haven't found a French wine that I like, but I like fruity, bold Shirazes. And I don't know what it is about French wines. I don't know if I've just not had a nice French wine, but if anyone can recommend in the comments a nice French red wine, and also don't forget to subscribe as well and like the video, because something tells me that if I'm buying a wine from Australia on the opposite side of the planet, that ain't very fucking eco-friendly, is it? I mean, presumably they just put it on a massive container ship that takes about 2 months to get here. Maybe it is eco-friendly, I don't know. What does it say about it? Shiraz revels in the hot, dry vineyards of Australia, where it produces bold, spicy, generous reds. The taste is rich, full-bodied, bromely fruit, seasoned by notes of pepper and clove. Pair with grilled meats and burgers. Once open, consume within 3 days. How about consume within 3 minutes? No, okay. So I don't know what the best way to drink this is. Is it best to eat some wine? So the creaminess of eat some wine. Eat some mature cheddar. Get the creaminess going on, and then here's a fact about wine that you didn't know. If you were some sort of posh person, which I am not, by the way. So, yeah, it's probably the best way to eat it. Cheese, wine, an apple. Anyway, sorry. So, if you were some sort of posh person who really liked wine, not a posh person, but like someone who really appreciated wine, apparently studies have shown that if a person is given a really expensive wine that's nice, and it's told as an expensive wine, by the way, this was not expensive. This was $3.99 from it was either $3.99 or $4.99 from Lidl, but nice anyway. But anyway, someone's given us an expensive wine. I don't know, what is an expensive wine? 30,000? £30 a bottle. I've never paid that. I would not dare pay that much for a bottle of wine. I might on a very, very special occasion once a year or something. But anyway, someone's given this glass of wine and they said this is an expensive wine. They've gone like this. Oh. Oh Yes, I can really tell this is an expensive bottle of wine, and it would trigger pleasure receptors in the brain. But if they were told, oh no, this is just a cheap house red, you know, it's just run of the mill, even if it was an expensive wine, they drink it and go, yeah, I know, it's not that nice really, is it? And it wouldn't trigger the pleasure senses in the brain. So, what is real? Do you know what I mean? Just like someone can be given sugar pills as a placebo antidepressant. They can take them all, sugar pills, nothing in them, nothing changing the chemical balance of the brain or anything in them, because they believe they're real. They've been told they're real by a doctor. They take them all and attempt to kill themselves. Guess what? They almost die because they believe they're real. So, what other ones have I got for you? Examples. My tongue is tasting the cheese, but what is experiencing the tasting? For some reason, it feels like more than my tongue is experiencing the wine, but it probably is. But was experiencing the wine. It's very nice. It's a very nice glass of wine, to be honest. In fact, you should have some more wine. How was half a bottle gone already? I'm sure I haven't filled it up again. So, there are some of my thoughts on universal consciousness. I've always believed, even before my spiritual awakening, which was when I hit the age of 40, I went for a run along the beach in my hometown, and I suddenly stopped halfway through the run and couldn't run anymore. I thought, oh my God, one day I'm going to die. I think it's because I hit 40 and I was having some sort of... Apparently 40 hit me like a ton of bricks, my ex-girlfriend told me. But I'm 42 now, almost 43, so I've been going for a lot of stuff. But yeah, I've been researching a lot of stuff. I've done meditation, I've done loads of stuff to try and like broaden my mind and think about life and trying to find my life purpose and whatever else like that. That sounds really cheesy. When you think about my future, investing, thinking about what I'm going to do. I've got like a 5 to 10 year plan about what my life's going to be like and where I'm going to be living and what I'm going to be doing. I definitely want to do something that like helps people. I want an allotment. I think I'm going to try and retire early. That's going to be one of my future videos, by the way. If you haven't heard of FIRE, it's not the type of fire that burns people, it's an acronym that stands for Financially Independent Retire Early. But I'm not going to go, because this is not what this video is about, I'm not going to go into it, but look forward to that in one of my future videos. But yeah, I just wondered what you thought of like consciousness, and do you think it's universal? Do you think the whole, everything, do you think it's all connected? Do you think we're all one? I'd really love to know what you think about it in the comments, so don't forget to leave a comment down below, and don't forget to like the video if you did like this sort of video, like slow, chilled, I wouldn't say off the cuff, but it's definitely not scripted, just my thoughts and me trying to construct words on my thoughts really. And yeah, share the video, subscribe, hit the bell, leave comments, all that good stuff. Even like look at my Patreon. I need to change my Patreon actually, it's just weird at the moment. It's got too many options on it, and no one's following me on it at the moment, so, and in the future they will. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, and if you build it, they will come. Anyway, don't forget, you need to stay 100% real and 100% Jim. I'll see you later.